Scott, how's it going? Just wonder personally how you're feeling ahead of this one, maybe a sort of mini spell out of the team if you like, and then a mini run back in. How raring to go are you ahead of this one?
As always, mate, yeah. Always raring to go when you get the opportunity, so back in after weeks out, so I'm fresh to go and looking forward to it.
The club's obviously had a wee bit of a problem going behind in games, conceding goals, conceding the first goal, particularly in Europe. It's easy to say you've got to up your concentration levels. Have you been doing any work, with the coaching staff on that issue?
Well, we always know that if you concede first, you give yourself a mountain to climb. I mean, that's just obvious in football. So it's something that we obviously don't intend to do. Something that never happened as much last season. So it's one of those things where maybe concentration levels or whatever comes into it at different times, but the biggest aspect is how you bounce back, and we've been managing to win games, and that's the most important thing. Obviously you want the perfect performance and the perfect result, but sometimes teams will make it difficult for you, so it's all about how you bounce back and hopefully we don't concede anymore.
At the weekend, you came back into the team and the manager spoke about the different things that you bring to the side in terms of your ability to run behind, and I thought that the team looked a lot more balanced with you and Fashion Sakala offering that option. In terms of what the manager asked from you in games like tomorrow night, how important is it to get that balance between your attacking instincts and the defensive side of the game?
Exactly, extremely important, particularly in Europe. The calibre of player goes up and the calibre of team goes up, so obviously you can't just go gung-ho. We'll have 3 attackers on there and a 4th in terms of the midfielder to go and support, but I mean, you can't just stand up there if you're given the opportunity. Whatever the advanced midfielder is, you can't just stand up there because these players can cut you through, and that's why it's extremely important, and that's why there's players in there that know their role within the team, and if you don't do it, you find yourself out the team.
Scott, you're obviously into the final year of your contract. I just wondered if there been any discussions over a new deal and what your views on that?
No, there hasn't been at the minute, no. As you say, it's up in May, so we'll see what happens at that. So fully focused about getting myself back in the team and get given the opportunity and see what happens on that.
Joshua Barry, please.
Hi Scott, the manager spoke on Friday about getting the principles and non-negotiables right to allow your variations in threat to hurt teams. Sunday seemed to capture that pretty well from our point of view.
Yeah, definitely. I think that kind of result was coming. I think performances maybe in flashes have been strong, and flashes haven't been as strong. So I think in times that was coming, and I think one team was going to get put to the sword, and thankfully we kind of done it in a away victory where everybody was probably thinking there was going to be some sort of upset. That's why the cameras turn up in certain games thinking that something's going to happen, and thankfully we put that right.
Hi Scott, it was obvious at full time how pleased everybody in the squad was for Fashion Sakala. I mean, he seems a really infectious character, popular guy. Can you just talk to us a bit about the impact he's made, in the squad?
He's been brilliant. He has been since he came in. As you say, he's infectious, enthusiastic, willing to learn. He's still a young man. You can see that his qualities shine through in training. It was about getting the opportunities, and some domestic games won't really suit him because there's no much space in behind to use and utilise his pace. But Sunday was a perfect example of what he can do when he picks it up in the halfway line. I think by far he was the biggest threat throughout the game. He had both full-backs when he changed wings, kind of fearing what he did, scoring a hat-trick away from home. So I think the fans have took to him, we've certainly took to him as a team, and hopefully we see the best of him coming forward right into May.
Hi Scott, when you look at the layout of the group, how important is this game in terms of securing European football after Christmas?
There's no denying it's a big game. When you lose your first 2, obviously the next 2's got to be massive with the home and away fixture. So it was always got to be big games if we want to progress. We know that as a team, we know it individually, collectively. But again, you play for Rangers and every game's a big game. So there's no more pressure than usual, but certainly it's one we're looking forward to, and we know we need the desired result, that's for sure.
Hi Scott, you spoke earlier on about that new spell you had out of the team. How difficult was that for you? How pleased are you to be back in about the fold once again?
Well, of course, I'm no different to any other player. Whether you're 18 or whether you're 33, you want to be playing football, you want to be training and having something to look forward to on a Saturday or a Sunday. So it was all about doing the consistent things, doing what you do every day, and when you get given an opportunity, try and take it and be ready, because I think it's well documented over the years that this team's getting stronger with personnel and the qualities and the calibre of players going higher. So you obviously know that when you get back in there, you need to take it and try and stay in there as long as possible.
Motherwell game was a great performance, but in particular I thought that right hand side, yourself, Faribo and Tavernier, there was loads of success with that last year, and you seemed to work really well as a unit on that side.
Definitely, yeah. I think we know each other kind of well. I think Tav getting up, he doesn't really play at a right back, he plays like a winger, so you kind of know that the balance has to be good when he goes forward. Myself, I like to get forward, and Joe Rebo does what Joe Rebo does with his tricky feet and gets into situations where he scares defenders. So, and then in the centre in that particular game, Devo and Glenn Kamara holding the middle of the pitch and making sure we've got balance behind the ball. So I think we know each other well over the last 3.5 seasons. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so Sunday was a perfect example how it can go well.
It's obviously quite a deep squad at the moment, Scott, and a lot of players will find themselves sort of in and out week to week. Is attitude a big part to play in that, in terms of, you know, every single player in every single training session just needs to be at 100% to show that they can get in there?
Exactly that, mate. I think not just at this club, I think attitude's probably the most important thing to have as a football player. I think if you've not got that, if you've not got attitude and personality, then you'll find yourself in tough situations. So self-belief, attitude, everybody's got that in this squad. I think it's grown obviously when you become successful. Confidence breeds that attitude. So I think we've got that as a group now, stemming from the manager right down. So of course attitude stays in there, and get ready to take your opportunity.